friends, this is Cecily from Mermaid Cove Studio. I am on today to do a share with you. I am participating in a swap on Facebook with Brittany from BBZ Crafty Peeps. Yes, that's who it's from. And my partner is Patricia. I would like to say I swapped with Patricia maybe last year or the year before. We did a banner swap. Well, this year, this was a kind of a big one, halfway to Halloween. Well, I love Halloween. I love the Halloween paper. And I chose to do Twilight from Frank Garcia. I bought a lot of this paper, any one of the lines, the Halloween, the Christmas, the love. I bought a lot, I'm not going to lie. But this, I can't pick a favorite. They all commingle, but I focused on this one. This is what jumped right straight out at me when I was deciding on what I was going to do for this swap. And so this is a one-to-one swap. There were many things involved in it, and there was a list of goodies, and you had to choose 4. And I think I covered the 4, and I did a few more, and I'm okay with that. I enjoyed doing the swap, and I enjoyed, doing the projects, and each one of them screamed out at me. So this is, I'm going to pull this aside so you can see the beautiful paper behind me. This is Twilight. And this is what I did. I did a cauldron, dimensional. So I'm going to say, I don't remember. I think this is a KS Craft cauldron from maybe a year or 2 ago. Not really sure. I don't always know when they came out. It's not one I've used before, and my goals for this year was to try and use up more of the things that I haven't used, or the dies that I haven't even opened but I ordered. And I've been thinking about this one for a while, and so this is what I came up with. This one, I believe, can turn into... Can you do a shaker with this one? Not really sure. I can imagine if you wanted to, you could make it a shaker. But this is what I did. I put it up on the gold beads, let those beads dry overnight. I made up a box. I love making boxes, and I have a crafty friend who has a channel, and I'll tell you, that is Tiffany Crafting Like a Boss McGill, and she does boxes, and she does all kinds of boxes. So she doesn't always know what I do with the boxes, but this is what I do with the boxes. I turn them into dimensional things and put stuff in it. So this is from the ephemera. This poison came off of some other die that I have. I can't tell you which one, but I loved it. And then this one here is a spider web doily. I cut off a portion of it so that I could fit it on here. And here we go. Let me pull the goodies out. That's what it looks like with nothing in it. So I did not decorate the back. Didn't feel that was necessary, because all we're going to focus on is the front of this guy right here. So anyway, that's what that looks like. We needed to do, for this particular part here, was do a 3x3 and then house it cute. And so I did 6 flowers. So you get, 3 more than just 3, because, well, who doesn't love flowers? I'm not going to lie, I'm allergic to flowers, but I love them. I love making them. I love receiving them. I just had Mother's Day flowers, and they were absolutely stunning. And but we enjoyed them either way. So, but I love making flowers. I used, let me bring that in a little bit more for you. I used the gold metal center cap. And then I just use, on these I did the bling. I thought that was pretty. And this is I like this flower. It looks like a little tattered, and it just made me think of Halloween. So I loved that one. And then I did this very, very simple bow with, this is a different flower. I've never used this flower before. Let me see if I can pull it out. I did 3 layers on it, and I did the 2 different colors. Yeah, I don't know where I got that flower from. It's absolutely sweet, though. It might be a KS Craft. It's not a Scrap Diva. The bow, don't remember. But what's really cool is the tag that I put it on, and I'll show what that looks like in a few minutes. It is really spooky looking. One of my favorite tags. Absolutely favorite tags. I love it. And it does a lot of different things. And then something else. So there had to be 3 by 3. So I chose to do some words. This one, again, not really sure where I got it from, but I love the words, and I love how easy this was to put together. The banner. This one might be it. I think it's KS Craft. I'm hoping there are Christmas words, Valentine words. I just love how it came together. I backed it with black. I did the gold. I cut out the gold for the top and then backed it with black. So it's got a little bit of oomph to it. I did not put pop dots or anything like that in it. Although I do like to mention, not everybody does. It just, sometimes it gets a little too lofty when we're using them. So I did extra. So I did the tags. And here's this really cute tag. I did a spider web and this adorable little spider. And I used some tattered chiffon ribbon. And I backed it up with a gold tag on the back. And so there was an extra there. And then we needed to do item number 2. Of the 4 that I was doing was a MDC card, and my information is on the back. It tells you my name, Mermaid Cove Studio. My Instagram account is Lely6. I've had that forever. And then my birthday is in July, so we're coming up here. And then there's really nothing that interesting about me other than I really love to watch crime shows while I'm crafting. Just like in the background. I don't know, does it spark the creativity in me? I have no idea. But I enjoy it, and that's what I do. So again, that really pretty flower and that doily that I cut apart for the front here, I kind of cut it apart and used it as a background to stick into. This one here, the index is from Scrap Diva, and it's the index MDC card. So that one had a little bit of dimension, and I filled it up with this particular paper. Kind of was, there was evidence, there was poison, just a lot of cute things in it. So ephemera that I pulled out of there. Actually, this is off of the sheet, one of these sheets that I cut up and just put it in there. I love this really pretty pink on here, soft pink, with the spider web on it. I added a little bit of bling. Each of the things had to have more than, one layer, needed to have several elements. And so, I did a base for my card, and I decorated with paper. And then I did flowers. I mean, obviously there's some layers going on there. So I think I met the items for that. So that was item number 2. Item number 3, I'm going to just call it number 3, but this was a place where we got to shine. And I think it was later down in the requirements, but I'm putting it in this to hold it, to house it, and then I'll cover it with a bag and ribbon. So in my past life, and even currently, I bead. and I used to teach beading classes, and I used to go take beading classes. Now, this bracelet that I did is actually the pattern I bought off of Etsy from a friend of mine. Her name is Kimberly Morgan, and she has an Etsy shop. I think you can see her on Facebook, and you can also see her on Etsy. Cactus Rose, I believe, is her shop. And you can buy patterns or already finished items on there. She does beautiful, beautiful work. And this was just a really simple daisy pattern with some black beads in the center. I liked how it looked. Now, I don't know if my swap partner likes this, but this is something that I used to love to do all the time. And I don't do it as often as I would like to, mostly because, you know, the eyesight isn't as good as it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, not even 5 years ago. But anyway, instead of the spider that was meant to be on here, I put skull head. I brought it together, and there's little skulls on the ends here. I put a little chain because I don't know if, you know, what the wrist size is. This is a risky thing when you do it. But if she won't ever wear it, she can add it to the journal that I made. So that's where I chose to shine. Currently, I do crochet. Did you want a spooky shawl? I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot of time to do that one. So the two extra things, so this is a total of 3 things that were in this one guy. And then I'm incorporating this to Sour Patch Kids Zombie Candy. I'm not going to lie, I love these. I don't know why, but I'm happy to share them. So, my gift. And then I did, and that's just an extra, I did the little bag that had my favorite things. And I kept it a simple bag, and it's just got a few items in it. It had to have a total of 5 items that were crafty, like my favorite things. And so I added to this bag. It's a cute bag, useful bag. I've got some gemmies, and I did 2 different colors. I did black and then the purple. I did pop dots because I love these, and they're not too thick. I did, this is very similar to the item that I used for my tags. This one I couldn't find again. Otherwise, I would share that one. I couldn't find that one again. I've had it for several years. But this was pretty close. And this is another favorite of mine. So I shared that one. And then, if you know me, you know me. I love to write in my journals. Especially on like the red, the navy, the black. Any of the darker papers with my gel pen. And then I also added just some simple glue. And I know everybody has their favorite type of glue. But I also like to use this when I've got it. I'll use this all the time. Obviously, my favorite is the Art Glitter Glue. But that's my bag. I was going to add a charm onto here. So that was item number 4. I also made some cards, and I put a belly band on it. And this is what I did. Put a belly band. And I kept the cards very simple, not too layered. And we had to make envelopes with them. So this was very, very simple. There's one. And here is the second one. We needed to make 4. And so here's the second one. The third one, again, I cut that die apart and used the spider web. I cut out the word Hocus Pocus. I did not stamp the inside. I did not put any sentiment on it because I feel like that's something you may use this type of card all year round. I don't know. I don't judge. I mean, I would send this as a birthday card in October. So here we go. And this one here, I kind of did some scissor scraping and I did some of this. Love the Distress ink. And there's like several layers on here. I did not add any jemmies to this one. I just kept it simple. And it has its envelope. So that, again, requirements needed to have several layers. And this belly band has, it has Velcro on the back so that you can totally put that around there. And then the last item I did was a big one. It's a big one. This was a journal, a traveler's notebook, if you will. Traveler's junk journal. Is that what we called it? I don't know. Call it what you want. I feel like it fit the bill. And this, so I got a new laminator, so I laminated a bunch of things. So this is a clip. Here's a clip. And then I laminated the cover. And I followed someone's tutorial for this. Ooh, I can't remember whose tutorial it was. If I remember, I'm going to put it in the box below. For the life of me, I can't remember. Sometimes I start to follow a tutorial, and then I fly by the seat of my pants and do whatever I want, like adding the button over here. I thought that was kind of cute. And then here we go. We open this baby up, and I have got 4 signatures in here. I did some paper clips with some bottle caps. So I took a 1-inch punch and I cut out just little things from the paper that I liked. This little witch is, I don't know, she's sadly very cute. I added pom-pom trim and lace, kind of like a crocheted lace. And I didn't decorate a whole heck of a lot because I'm leaving that for my partner to do. And I did, you know, we got to have some sweetness in it. Some spiders. So here's signature 1, signature 2, little pumpkin up here. We've got this really pretty eyelet. It looks like a crocheted almost. But the paper is so pretty. And I just, however she wants to use this, I did not decorate this one. This one here, the paper spoke loudly. So here I have got another paper clip. I've got this little pocket here that's got a few embellishments in here, some ephemera. And then this is the one, I did a file folder in here. So here is the pocket, and it's got a little package of ephemera for her to use. There are some tags on each side. I put this doily in here. There's some more tags over here. And then another, again, this is my favorite paper. I just put up, it says Strange Things up in here. And so the paper, I just, here, this one flips out so she can add anything she wants. If she wants to glue and put a pocket, or she wants to open up and hide some goodies. And then this cute little sweet little girl witch, so sweet. And then the flower. So the paper is at different levels. There's a cute little pink pumpkin. She can add more paper to it. She really can do whatever she wants with it. This is the back page. And then this one right here, it says A Haunted Night. This paper is so pretty. And then again with the pom-pom on it. I loved putting the pom-poms on it. I have done a few journals now, and I love doing journals. I'm working on some other ones. And here we've got like a spider hanging out up here. Again, another doily. Here's this adorable ghosty paper clip. I got this last year in a swap, and it was just hanging out. I put it on the paper clip so she can use it. And then there's a little pocket on the back here. And then I did this really cool, if you need to have something underneath of it to write on, you can. And I added, here we go, some dangly stuff. So all of that is going on in this journal, whatever you want to call it, a traveler's notebook, a journal, whatever you need it to be. I'm call it what you like. I'm excited about it. I hope that she loves it as much as I enjoyed making it. So we're going to clip this on the front. And then all of this is just going inside of this really simple black bag. The bigger things like this. And I'm going to put this, the cards. Oops. The cards go back in here. And this little bag here. So this was for a swap. It was for a 1-to-1 with Patricia. I hope you love it, Patricia, as much as I loved making it for you. It's going out in the mail. You'll get it in a couple days. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping by.